Hello everyone, Douglas here, and welcome to my Doctor Who review, and today I will be reviewing The Unquiet Dead. This story is the first story to be set in the past. If you look back on Rose, that was set in the present day, The End of the World was set in the future, and now we are in the past. This story is the first one to be written by Mark Gatiss, and Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies wanted the story to be set in Cardiff in the Victorian times, and this story is again directed by Euros Lyn. When I first watched this story as a kid, I was really scared of this story. Our cold open scene begins with a shot of the gas lamp at a funeral home, and it's definitely going to be a plot point in this story. We are introduced to Mr. Sneed, played by Alan David, and Redpath, played by Hugh Ways. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. And Redpath's grandma died. We see the grandma's face is glowing blue, and something isn't right. And we hear whispering, and we see her eyes open, and that scared me. And we see her strangling Redpath, and we see Mr. Sneed comes in, and I think he is aware of the problems at the funeral home. And yeah, I think I need to withdraw my application from the funeral home. And we see Redpath dies, and we see Mr. Sneed is trying to close the coffin, but he is knocked out. And we see the grandma is getting up, and we are outside, and she starts walking to the camera. And that is a great shot. Our opening scene begins inside the TARDIS, and we see the Ninth Doctor, played by Christopher Eccleston, and Rose Tyler, played by Billie Piper. And the Doctor decides to go to 1860. We see Mr. Sneed is alright, and we are introduced to Gwyneth Cooper, played by Eve Miles, and Eve Miles would play Gwen Cooper in the Doctor Who spin-off Torchwood. I love Mr. Sneed's line when he says, "Stop prevaricating, get the hearse ready, we're going body snatching." We see the TARDIS lands, and we find out from the Doctor that the date is December 24th, 1860, and it's Christmas time. We see Mr. Sneed and Gwyneth are body hunting for the dead grandma. We find out from Mr. Sneed that Gwyneth has psychic abilities. We are at a theater, and we are introduced to Charles Dickens, played by Simon Callow, and he is getting ready for a show. We see Charles Dickens on stage, and we see the grandma is there, and we see the Doctor and Rose are walking. We find out from the Doctor it's not 1860, it's 1869, and they are in Cardiff. We see Charles Dickens notices the grandma's face is glowing, and we see the Doctor and Rose are nearby, and we see the spirit exiting the grandma's body. We see Rose follows Mr. Sneed and Gwyneth, and Mr. Sneed knocks Rose out, and we see the spirit goes into the gas lamp, and like I said, plot point. We find out from the Doctor it's made out of gas. We see the Doctor goes after Rose. I love the scene when the Doctor is fanboying over Charles Dickens' work. We see Rose is taken to the funeral home. We see Rose regains consciousness, and we hear whispering, and we see the spirit is possessing Redpath's body, and then the grandma's body. We see the Doctor and Charles Dickens arrive at the funeral home, and the Doctor notices something is up with the gas lamp. The Doctor hears Rose's voice, and the Doctor rescues her. We see the spirits leave the bodies. We find out from the Doctor that they are not spirits, they are aliens, and they are coming through the rift. And we find out the rift is a weak point in time and space, a connection with another place. That's the cause of ghost stories. We see Gwyneth and Rose are talking, and she sees into the future. And this is the first time Bad Wolf is mentioned. We find out from the Doctor that Gwyneth is the key. We also find out from the Doctor that they are going to do a seance. Oh boy, this is going to be good. We see Gwyneth is trying to summon the spirits, and we see a blue mist, and we see the spirits. We find out that these spirits are called the Gelf. We find out that the Gelf had a physical form, and then the war. And if you look back at the 2 previous stories, you might have heard the mention of the war. And this is the first time the Time War is mentioned. I like Rose's line when she says, "You can't let them run around inside dead people." And the doctor says, "Why not? It's like recycling." And I think Rose's point is good when she says this line, "It's wrong. Those bodies were living people. We should respect them even in death." This is an interesting dilemma. Would you recycle bodies to save another race? I think you can tell the doctor feels guilty for what he did in the Time War, and he would do anything to make it right. We are in the morgue. I like the doctor's line when he says, "Time's changing every second. Your world can be rewritten like that." We see that Gelf arrives, and we see the doctor offers them to take them somewhere else. We see Gwyneth is under the arch where the Gelf is at, and we see more Gelf, and we find out they are the bad guys. We see Mr. Sneed dies, and the Gelf possesses his body. We see the doctor and Rose go to a cell, and Charles Dickens escape. We see the Gelf chases Charles Dickens. We see the Gelf, and we find out the atmosphere is hostile, and Charles Dickens gets an idea. I like the doctor's line when he says, "I saw the fall of Troy, World War V. I pushed boxes at the Boston Tea Party. Now I'm going to die in a dungeon in Cardiff." We see Charles Dickens shuts down the gas lamps. We see the Gelf zombies make their way to Charles Dickens, and Charles's plan works. We find out from Gwyneth that she can't send them back, but holds him in this place. We see Gwyneth has a box of matches, and we see the doctor says goodbye to Gwyneth, and the funeral home is destroyed. We see Charles Dickens sees the TARDIS disappear, and he walks, and we hear him say, "God bless us, everyone!" And that is a great way to end the story. I will say, this is a good story, and this is a story I could see Philip Hinchcliffe and Robert Holmes do, because it is a ghost story. I think the dialogue is good in this story. The script by Mark Gatiss is good, and the direction by Euros Lyn is good, and I will give it a 9 out of 10. So that is my review of The Unquiet Dead. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time for my review of the 2-part story, Aliens of London and World War III.